Welcome, Math 100 online students. Again, this is Dr. Thomas, your instructor, and I want to go over the syllabus with you. So, as you can see, this course is a complete distance education course. So this course is completely online. It is a 3 credit hour course. Although this class is a 3 credit hour course, we do recommend that you put 10 hours in per week with this class in order to be successful. So we will not meet for this course. I do have some optional dates in the future around final exam time where you can meet with me if you want to possibly get extra tutoring. But other than that, we do not meet, and the tutoring is an optional. Is optional. Let me also say this: if you have an 18 or higher, you do not have to take the lab that accompanies Math 100. But if you do not have an 18 or higher, you need to be in a lab. Now, in order to get in the Math 100 online course, you're supposed to be flagged if you don't have an 18. But just in case you weren't flagged and you're in the course already, you need to get in a ground course, which is a lab. If not, you probably need to talk to your advisor. Here's my contact information. I'm mainly on the Bessemer campus in the beginning of the semester, but I'm on both campuses. So just email me at sthomas@lawsonstate.edu if you ever want to meet with me so that we can determine a location and a time. eCollege and Blackboard systems do not recognize non-Lawson State Community College email addresses. Thus, all students are required to only communicate using their Lawson State issued email accounts. If taking an eCollege course, your instructor will use the LSCC email system to deliver important information and notices about the course. So this is very true. I usually go to Blackboard and send out a mass email to all of my students. Those emails go out to the Lawson State email accounts, not your non-Lawson State email account. So just make sure that you have accessed your email, and if you haven't or if you can't get in, you need to email helpdesk@lawsonstate.edu. All right, let's move on to the course description. This course provides a study of algebraic techniques such as polynomials, factoring, rational expressions, radical expressions, quadratic equations, and an intro to functions. Prerequisites: you should have successfully passed Math 09-8. Or you, based on your placement scores, you were placed in Math 100. This is the textbook for the course. You can always use the e-text through WebAssign. So WebAssign is mandatory. It's required for the course. It's approximately, I would say, $90 unless you use that Cengage Unlimited subscription, which may be a better deal for you. So look into the Cengage Unlimited subscription. At one point, they were allowing you to access your ebooks for just $119 per semester. So that includes your ebooks from your other courses as well, all for one price. So you might want to look into that. I'm not sure if this information is correct this semester, but look into it to see if it's still true that you can get one semester access for only $119. Blackboard obviously is required in the course. All of your assignments will be accessed through Blackboard. You definitely need to have internet 24/7. You need to have access to the internet because you would need the internet to access your assignments, of course. And then these are some suggestions to not continue to be in the online course if, for example, you do not have access to a computer, or you don't have reliable internet service, or you plan to use your iPhone for everything, or your cell phone. So you can't do everything on your cell phone, or your iPad. So make sure that you have everything you need to be successful in the course. All right, you can read through all of this information thoroughly. Just go to the Syllabus tab in Blackboard to read everything. Here are the course student learning outcomes. And this page here is important because it's an overview of the assignments. Now this information is subject to change, but it at least gives you an idea of what we may be covering from week to week. For example, the first week, make sure you go through start here. Make sure you complete your discussion board. Make sure you read your e-text and complete your homework assignments, for example. So probably what you want to do is print this page out and make sure that you are completing all your assignments, as well as under the Unit 1 module under weekly assignments. Evaluation and assessment. There will be 2 major exams in the course. There will be a midterm exam, which is worth 25% of your grade, and there will also be a final exam, which is worth 25% of your grade. So together, the midterm and final exam is weighted half of your grade, 50% of your grade. So the midterm will be administered via Blackboard and proctored via ProctorU. So you would definitely need to sign up for ProctorU maybe a couple weeks in advance of the midterm exam and schedule an appointment so that you could be proctored while you're taking your midterm exam. You will not be allowed to use book notes or other resources during the test. These exams can be taken only once. Any forms of cheating during the test will cost you up to 100% of your score, and makeup exams are rarely provided and will be given based on my discretion. All right, homework is worth 20% of your grade. You will be using the learning management system. You are given unlimited chances per problem to get it right. So the important method will be used. So I'm pretty sure it won't be an issue to get at least an 80 on every homework assignment. And that's what I am requiring, that you get a minimum score of 80% on every homework assignment before you move on to the next assignment. That way you have a good idea of the prerequisites needed for the next section, because in math, concepts build on each other. So you want to have one concept down before you attempt to learn another concept that is based on the last concept in the chapter. So make sure you master one concept before you try to move on to the next section. Quizzes are weighted 20% of your grade. The syllabus quiz, for example, is due the first week of class. but check Blackboard regularly for quiz announcements. Generally, all web-assigned quizzes will be timed unless otherwise noted. Therefore, once you open the quiz, your time starts, and you're only given 2 submissions per problem. So once your time is over, then that is over. So you need to complete your quiz in a specified amount of time. Make sure your computer is reliable and works properly before you take a quiz. So again, there are no makeups. Discussion boards are weighted 10% of your grade. You will have weekly discussion boards. Remember that if you want to be marked present for the week, you need to complete your discussion boards by Thursday night at 11:59 p.m. for fall and spring semesters. And in the summer, you need to complete your discussion boards by Wednesday night at 11:59 p.m. Since we do not have classes on Fridays in the summer, and we actually are Lawson State is closed on Fridays in the summer. Final exam is weighted 25% of your grade. Every student in Math 100 will take a common comprehensive final exam, which means that it will cover everything that we've covered in the course. So it won't be, for example, final exam will not just cover that one chapter that you learn right before the final exam, for example. It will cover everything from the first week to the last week. No exemptions will be given for the final exam. And again, you can't have any notes when you're taking the midterm or final. All right, in order to pass Math 100, you have to have at least a 70, a C average to pass Math 100 in order to go on to the next math class. All right. The other information we talk about, incomplete grades, although they are rare, sometimes they happen just in case. Let's say, for example, you've been doing well the entire time, and for whatever reason, for the final exam, you scheduled the final exam, but for whatever reason, there was some issue, some accident, emergency. In cases like that, I will give an I, but that's only if I know a student has been passing the entire time and something like that has happened. But other than that, you probably won't get an incomplete. But if you get an incomplete, please follow up with your instructor as soon as possible. So that's not just including me. Any instructor that you have an I on your transcript, on your degree plan, make sure you follow up with that instructor, because that I turns into an F after so many weeks. It automatically turns into an F. So it's not like the instructor is giving you an F. It automatically turns into an F sometimes, if you do not take care of that, your business and your assignments. All right, all eCollege assignments must be submitted within Blackboard. So please do not email me assignments. All right, do not email me completed assignments. They are submitted through Blackboard. All right, expect to see grades posted within Blackboard within 7 days of the assignment's due date. So for example, if your work is due on Sunday, don't expect me to have the grades in on Monday, right? At least give us 7 days to get to grade. So just imagine grading 30 students on discussion boards. It actually takes time. All right, make sure you just post on the discussion board early so that you can repost, you can respond to other students' discussion boards throughout the week. All right, and you can read all of this information. Make sure you read the syllabus thoroughly. I'm just going over some, I guess, some main points. Here we talk about do not write, for example, in all caps. So just some etiquette, or as they call it, internet etiquette. So make sure that you are following the unspoken rules of responding to each other via discussion boards. All right. Let me see if it's anything else important. Definitely, Proctor, you need to look at this information because, for example, a computer with a reliable internet source is required. A portable web camera that is attachable to your computer is required. So you will have to go to Walmart to get an attachable web camera. A built-in camera will not be appropriate for testing situations. So you definitely will have to purchase that. A state-issued photo ID or school ID to present during testing is also required. All right. You can also read the online code of conduct, academic integrity and sanctions. Please read all of this information so that you are aware of any penalties. And I think that is it for the syllabus for now. Make sure that you read this information thoroughly before you take the syllabus quiz. You have 2 attempts, and I will take the highest score from those 2 attempts. So, all right, until the next time.